Describe an occasion when you received some incorrect information. You should say when it happened, what the information was, how you learned the information was incorrect, and how you felt about the experience. Total time frame, 2 minutes. 1. Introduction, 0 to 15 seconds. When it happened, and what the situation was. 2. What the information was, 15 to 35 seconds. Describe the inaccurate information you received. 3. How you learned it was incorrect, 35 to 65 seconds. Explain how you discovered the information was wrong. 4. Feelings about the experience, 65 to 95 seconds. How you reacted emotionally and why it affected you. 5. Personal reflection, 95 to 115 seconds. What you learned from the experience. 6. Conclusion, 115 to 120 seconds. Final thoughts or summary of the incident. 1. Introduction, 0 to 15 seconds. When it happened and what the situation was. Suggested ideas. 1. University setting. Academic schedule, assignment deadline, course requirement. 2. Travel planning. Flight information, airport schedule, booking confirmation. 3. Job interview. Date confusion, interview location, appointment slot. Example sentences. A few months ago, I faced a challenging situation when I received incorrect information regarding a university deadline. It seemed like a minor error at first, but it ended up causing a great deal of confusion during my academic term. 2. What the information was, 15 to 35 seconds. Describe the inaccurate information you received. Suggested ideas. 1. Incorrect deadline. Submission date, registration period, cutoff schedule. 2. Wrong address. Office location, venue details, miscommunication. 3. False advice. Application process, eligibility requirement, official guidelines. Example sentences. The information I received was about the submission deadline for an important research paper, which I was told was a week later than the actual date. Unfortunately, this misinformation made me delay my preparation and nearly caused me to miss the deadline. 3. How you learned it was incorrect, 35 to 65 seconds. How you discovered the mistake. Suggested ideas. 1. Verifying source. Double-checked website, official announcement, institutional update. 2. Pure clarification. Discussion with classmates, group chat updates, email thread. 3. Immediate consequence. Missed email, closed portal, denied entry. Example sentences. I found out the information was wrong when a classmate posted a screenshot of the official schedule in our group chat. I quickly went to the university portal and confirmed that the actual deadline was earlier than what I had been told. 4. Feelings about the experience, 65 to 95 seconds. How you reacted emotionally and why it affected you. Suggested ideas. 1. Stress and anxiety. Mental pressure, academic strain, emotional burden. 2. Frustration. Sense of injustice, wasted effort, lack of clarity. 3. Urgency and panic. Rush completion, limited time, high stakes. Example sentences. I felt incredibly stressed and frustrated because I had to complete the paper in a hurry, which affected the quality of my work. The experience made me realize how even a small piece of misinformation can create significant academic setbacks. 5. Personal reflection, 95 to 115 seconds. What you learned from the experience. Suggested ideas. 1. Importance of verification. Cross-referencing facts, checking official sources, confirming details. 2. Independent responsibility. Taking initiative, personal accountability, learning from errors. 3. Better time management. Avoiding last-minute rush, planning ahead, setting reminders. Example sentences. From this experience, I learned the importance of verifying any critical information before relying on it. Now, I always double-check key deadlines and announcements through official channels to avoid such issues in the future. 6. Conclusion, 115 to 120 seconds. Final thoughts or summary of the incident. Suggested ideas. 1. Valuable lesson. Improved habits, stronger awareness, practical wisdom. 2. Ongoing caution. Careful communication, avoiding assumptions, proactive approach. 3. Positive outlook. Growth mindset, future preparedness, lesson well learned. Example sentences. All in all, while the situation was stressful at the time, it turned out to be a valuable learning experience. It taught me to be more cautious and proactive in managing information, especially when deadlines and responsibilities are involved. An occasion when I received incorrect information happened about 6 months ago, while I was preparing for my final university exams. It was a particularly stressful time, and I was relying heavily on classmates and internal announcements to stay on top of my deadlines. One of my classmates told me that the submission deadline for our research project had been extended by a week. I trusted her completely, since she usually had the most up-to-date information, so I didn't bother to verify the details myself. The information she gave me, unfortunately, turned out to be completely inaccurate. I found out the truth 2 days before the original deadline, when I logged into the university portal to upload a draft. To my shock, the system displayed a warning that submissions would close in 48 hours. I immediately felt a wave of panic, realizing that I had much less time than I thought to complete a critical assignment. As soon as I saw the deadline, I double-checked the official notice from the university and confirmed that the deadline had never been changed. I confronted my classmate, and she admitted she had misread a message in the group chat and assumed the extension applied to all departments. That moment was filled with anxiety, but I tried to remain calm and focused. I worked day and night for the next 2 days to finish my paper just in time. Honestly, I felt a mixture of stress, frustration, and disappointment. I wasn't angry at my friend, but I was upset with myself for not verifying the information independently. The pressure I went through during those 2 days was unnecessary and avoidable, and it affected my mental well-being and the overall quality of my submission. That experience taught me a very important lesson. Always confirm important details from official sources, especially when it comes to academic or professional matters. Since then, I've developed the habit of checking university announcements, emails, and official platforms rather than relying on second-hand updates. In conclusion, while the incident was uncomfortable, it made me more careful and personally accountable. I now understand how a small misunderstanding can lead to major consequences, and I'm much more cautious with information management in both academic and personal settings. Vocabulary highlights: incorrect information, misinformation, or data that is false or inaccurate. Final university exams, the last round of academic assessments in a university course. Submission deadline, the official final date to turn in an assignment or task. Verify the details myself. Personally check or confirm facts or instructions. Wave of panic, a sudden, overwhelming feeling of fear or anxiety. Double-checked the official notice. Reconfirmed important information using formal communication. Misread a message. Incorrectly interpreted a piece of written information. Mental well-being, the state of one's psychological and emotional health. Personally accountable, taking individual responsibility for one's actions or mistakes. Information management, the process of collecting, verifying, and using information efficiently. Grammar insights. Use of complex and compound sentence structures enhances coherence and fluency. For example, although I trusted her completely, I later realized that not checking the source was a serious mistake. Causative and result-based phrases show logical progression. For example, this misinformation made me delay my preparation and nearly caused me to miss the deadline. Balanced tense usage ensures natural time flow. For example, she told me the deadline was extended, past simple. I'm now much more cautious with how I manage information, present simple. Idiomatic expressions and academic collocations add sophistication. For example, wave of panic, double-checked. Take initiative, mental well-being. IELTS tips. Explain consequences, not just events. Don't just say what happened. Explain how the incorrect information impacted your emotions, decisions, or outcomes. Use formal and academic lexis. Replace casual phrases with topic-specific collocations like submission deadline, verify details, mental pressure, and personally accountable. Show growth and reflection. Examiners value answers that include what you learned or how the experience changed your mindset or habits. 50 academic collocations with simple explanations. 1. Incorrect information, details that are wrong or misleading. 2. Misinformation incident, a time when false info was shared. 3. Deadline confusion, uncertainty about the due date. 4. Submission error, a mistake in turning in work. 5. Time-sensitive task, a job that must be completed quickly. 6. Verbal miscommunication, a misunderstanding in spoken form. 7. Written misinterpretation, misreading a message or email. 8. Peer reliance, depending on classmates or friends. 9. Official announcement, a formal message from an institution. 10. Information accuracy, whether the information is correct. 11. Source verification, checking where the information came from. 12. Unverified claim, a statement that hasn't been confirmed. 13. Online platform check, looking on a website for truth. 14. Administrative oversight, a mistake by an office or authority. 15. Email confirmation, using email to double-check something. 16. Group chat confusion, misunderstanding from casual messages. 17. Schedule discrepancy, a difference between two timelines. 18. Critical update, an important piece of news or info. 19. Fact-checking process, confirming if something is true. 20. Last-minute pressure, stress caused by running out of time. 21. Urgent revision, quick edits or changes. 22. Stressful outcome, a bad result that causes anxiety. 23. Academic setback, a delay or problem in your studies. 24. Cognitive overload, when the brain is overwhelmed with info. 25. Mental exhaustion, feeling tired from thinking too much. 26. Self-correction, fixing your own mistake. 27. Personal accountability, being responsible for your actions. 28. Information processing, how we understand and handle data. 29. Reliable source, a trustworthy place to get information. 30. Misleading message, a message that leads you in the wrong direction. 31. Clarity of instruction, how clear the guidance is. 32. Task misalignment, doing something the wrong way due to wrong info. 33. Error realization, the moment you understand there's a mistake. 34. Emotional reaction, how you feel when something happens. 35. Rapid response, acting quickly under pressure. 36. Consequential mistake, an error that causes serious effects. 37. Preventive habit, a routine that stops mistakes before they happen. 38. Lesson learned, a takeaway from a mistake. 39. Risk of assumption, the danger of believing without checking. 40. Effective communication, sharing ideas clearly and accurately. 41. Trustworthiness of source, how reliable someone or something is. 42. Information cross-checking, comparing different sources. 43. Institutional clarity, how clearly rules or deadlines are given. 44. Message misreading, misunderstanding a written message. 45. Time management failure, not organizing time properly due to bad info. 46. Verification strategy, a method to confirm truth. 47. Situational awareness, being alert to what's really happening. 48. Feedback interpretation, understanding comments correctly. 49. Error-driven growth, learning from mistakes. 50. Information literacy, skill in evaluating and using information well.